are going to play Burning Man. And I don't know if any of that will ever come true, but she just like makes you feel like your most best, brightest self. Though we are going to encourage Lindsay to go to college. That is important to us. Also, Lindsay Harper is an incredible poet performer. This was her first time storytelling, but she is always performing her poetry with us. We have her poetry slam team from Birmingham featuring next week at our open mic, and that is on June 21st. They will be raising money to go to Brave New Voices, which is a huge international poetry festival in San Francisco, California. And we are very, very excited that Lindsay will be going representing Huntsville and taking all of her wonderful stories and words with her. So if you can, check out her feature. Those are free, but donations are welcome to go to our features. So please consider checking that out. We only have one more storyteller tonight, y'all. How you feeling? Ready? For being here and supporting this event. This has been a very beautiful evening, and I know we got rained out, but I am very comfortable in this room with you, and I hope you are also comfortable enjoying all of these stories. Swapna is a motivational speaker and a health advocate. She gives inspirational keynotes around the country for the purpose of improving healthcare delivery and is the creator of Alabama Rare, an advocacy coalition for the state's rare disease community. Swapna was born and raised in Huntsville and is excited to do what she loves in her hometown. Please welcome her up to the stage.
Hey, good evening, everyone.
Hello. Good evening.
It was New Year's Eve 2015. The year prior, in summer of 2014, I had a life-changing event. I had a small intestine organ transplant. I was not born with all of my small intestine, which required me to live on IV nutrition and a feeding tube my entire life. After the transplant, it was for the first time I had a full functioning small intestine and I could eat to my heart's desire. But with such a surgery and such a change within your body, it's not all rainbows and roses. You have to go through grueling treatments and harsh medications like steroids, like immunosuppressive medications like chemotherapy. Within that year and a half, between summer of 2014 and December of 2015, I had gained the moon face, the stereotypical moon face of people who are on high doses and regular doses of steroids. My long black locks had thinned considerably, and I had started to lose hair at my temples, on my forehead. But most importantly, I had lost over 20 pounds. I was down to a whopping 90 pounds. And I had gone through multiple complications, and I was going through another one at that time. December 31st, 2015, I was not confident in myself, in the way I looked. I was not confident in the journey I had that year. I was skinny, too skinny, malnourished, and not at the top of my health game. But my best friend from college and I were determined to end the year on a high note. Every year we talk about New Year's, about spending it together and doing something amazing. And every year it never works out. We never hang out on New Year's. We've never spent New Year's together. I usually bail. But with the year that I had, I was exceptionally determined to do something different, something exciting. And both of us, the year prior, had spent it alone at home, ringing in the New Year with Ryan Seacrest on the TV. So we knew we could do better. We decided to go to Atlanta and participate in one of their numerous parties they have in the city. Upon recommendations from friends and family who had done it before us, we decided to do an all-in-one package where you can buy a ticket to get a hotel room, a ticket to a New Year's Eve party at the hotel in their ballroom with a live DJ, open bar, stand-up comedy show, and of course, a midnight breakfast buffet, most important. We thought this was the best option given that we were two single girls going alone in a city that we're not familiar with. There's no reason to leave the hotel. So we pack our car, we drive to Atlanta, we get to the hotel, we get ready, and we talk. We're girls. We know that we're about to go to a party with single girls with potentially a lot of single guys. We leave the room hopeful of having a great night. But I'm gonna be honest, we have a backup plan of pajamas, Netflix, and room service if the night goes sour. We get down to the ballroom, and the dance floor is packed. I'm amazed. The DJ is great, and we think first and foremost, we want, and I should say we need a drink. We get into the drink line where we meet our first guys of the night. And the guy's name is Sergio. Sergio is everything you think of when you hear the name Sergio. He's big and tall and hairy and has sharp clothes on, a silk purple shirt to be exact. He starts talking to us. He says, "Oh, I love Indian girls. I love your eyes are big and beautiful. What color are they? And your hair, it's gorgeous." Nothing he says is attractive to me. I have no emotion. I'm just staring at him. There's nothing. I want to laugh, actually. I'm trying so hard not to laugh, and with every comment and question he poses to me, I bounce back like a vetting question. Where are you from? What do you do? How did you get to Atlanta? Why are you here? Who's your friend? And he responds, "Can I get you and your friend a drink?" And we act like we're going to get drinks with them. We step away from the line and take some steps alongside them, and then immediately just dart left and run and get lost into the crowd on the dance floor. We never see Sergio again. Sergio, there is no spark. We're on the dance floor, and it's already 10 minutes till midnight. We have no idea where the time has gone. This is not how we thought we were gonna ring New Year's in at this party. I think we really thought we were gonna be not sober, at least, and have met a lot of people by this point and maybe celebrating in a huge dance mosh pit and just exhausted from dancing and have this new energy bringing in the New Year's. But instead, we are in the middle of an awkward crowd where there's a couple that looks like they just met and they're all over each other, a couple that's older and looks like they've been married for years and just trying to get a night out, and then a couple, probably young adult, who's spending their first New Year's together, and then my friend and I. And the countdown starts. It's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Happy New Year's! And the confetti comes down. We see the fireworks on the screen. They show a picture of the ball dropping. We hug, and it's so anticlimactic. We're like, okay. But I feel like, no, we can start the night now. The night's young. We'll stay on the dance floor. The DJ's great. We go deeper into the dance floor. We're right next to the stage, and we start dancing with a random group of people we've surrounded ourselves within. And these two guys come up to us, and we start dancing with them. And this guy is obviously very drunk, doesn't know what he's doing, and he starts to dance with me, but in a disrespectful manner. And I'm just too old for my age. I'm just not having it. I don't want anything to do with it. And I literally have to peel him off, and I'm just like, get away. And he's offended, and we get in this quarrel, and I'm about to walk off the dance floor with my head down and just thinking, what is this night? What are these guys? When all of a sudden another guy comes up to me, and I'm just shocked that guys are even talking to me. And he's a fellow Indian American, and he's not, and he says, Ramu, which personally is just funny because almost every male cousin of mine name is Ramu. I almost preferred his name to be Raymond. walk away from the ballroom and we get a private moment and we start to talk and we have a real conversation. He's not like Sergio, a random guy on the dance floor. And he's a family, he has a great family, a career, he's from Atlanta. And he starts to share personal things. Like he shows pictures of his niece, and he shows that he has a tattoo in Sanskrit, which is an ancient Indian language, or Indian written language. And he has it in honor of his dad who passed away. And I thought, that's pretty personal for someone who you just met in this context. And I have a V-neck dress on, and he points to a scar I have, and he says, "What's that? What happened?" And I think, should I tell him everything? I don't want to really explain why I have the body I do have. I want to come off as cute and flirty, not all the baggage I may have. And I said, no, he's being personal and considerate and respectful. I should do the same. And I tell him, I say I had an organ transplant almost over 1.5 years ago, and I was born with this condition that required IV lines and feeding tubes, and this is an IV line scar. And I thought he would just dart off or be estranged by it all, be grossed out, say something rude, but he doesn't. He just nods and says, okay, and he's trying to understand. He's respectful, he's kind, he's considerate. We end up spending the next several hours together in the wee hours of the morning. We may have shared a kiss, and I wish I could say rest is history, but I never see Ramu again. But there was a spark with Ramu, and it may not have been a traditional romantic spark that you may think of. The spark was a realization that my confidence cannot be based on my body image. That doesn't matter. Yeah, my confidence is based on the fact that I have life and health, that I'm able to celebrate the end of one year and the beginning of another alongside friends and share the memories or have memories and share the stories. 3 weeks later, after debating for a long time, in mid-January, I finally decided to get an IV line placed back in my chest and get back on the IV nutrition I thought I would never need again after the transplant, so that I could gain the weight back properly, recover completely, and be at the top of my health game, so that I can continue to celebrate the end and beginning of more years to come. Thank you.
Yeah. I am having such a great evening with you all, and I hope you stay and mingle and make a new friend this evening, because that's what this is all about, is celebrating the community. One more time for all of your storytellers. Investors Resource, Raymond James, and thank you to Burt on the Mountain for having us here, our partners at WLRH and Out Loud Huntsville, and most of all, thank you all for being here and supporting this event. We hope to see you next time.